Hi guys, for today's recipe we are going to make homemade boba pearls, and I'm going to use that to make my brown sugar boba or my boba tea. And I've seen how people love boba, like people really like this thing. So I decided to make a very simple recipe for you. Trust me, when you see the recipe you'll be surprised how simple this is. Okay, let's get started. To make your boba pearls you need your tapioca starch. Tapioca starch is actually from cassava, so I had to make my own tapioca starch at home, and I'm going to teach you that later. Now I'm going to add some cocoa powder to this. I'm going to list all the ingredients in the caption so you can just check it out. Now just going to mix this and set it aside. If you don't get tapioca starch, you can find some at the Nigerian shops, but if you don't get some, you can use cornstarch, arrowroot starch, or maybe cassava flour. I've not tried it, so I do not know how that is going to end up, okay, but you can try it. Okay, now in your saucepan you're going to add your brown sugar, your tapioca starch, and some water. Okay, just give this a good mix and then transfer it onto your heat sauce or whatever you are going to use to cook this. Okay, now you're just going to cook it like you're making porridge. So it starts to thicken, and when it thickens up it becomes like a glue. That's when you know that you're doing the right thing, okay, because it's very important to get that gluey texture when you're using the tapioca starch. Now you can see that my glue is starting to form, and that is it. Okay, once this starts to form, it is ready. You can just take it off your heat sauce, and then you're going to add the flour mixture that we made earlier. That's the tapioca starch and the cocoa powder that I mixed earlier. If you're using cornstarch or arrowroot flour or maybe cassava flour, I don't know how the texture is going to be like, so you need to try it and let me know how it goes. Now I'm going to add my tapioca starch and cocoa powder, and I'm going to form a dough with it. Okay, now you're just going to mix this together and then form your dough by kneading it. Okay, make sure you knead this very well. It can take about 15 to 20 minutes to get a perfect dough. Okay, stretch it out so that it becomes very perfect. And when you do it this way, you're going to get a very stretchy and sticky dough, and that's when you know this is perfect for the recipe. When your dough is ready and nicely shaped, you're going to make your tapioca pearls. Now I'm going to divide this into 4 equal parts, and you can see how different this dough is looking. And if you're making the recipe, it should look just like this. Okay, now we're going to just roll this, and we're going to form our tapioca pearls. Now I'm just going to roll it just like I'm doing in the video. Follow the same method and do yours the same way. Okay. Now we're just going to cut our dough into smaller sizes so that we can roll them to get our tapioca pearls. Please just follow the method I'm using. It doesn't matter. If you have a ruler, you can just measure the centimeters that you want your tapioca pearls to be in. But if you have a good eye, you can just go ahead and cut it anyhow you want to. When this is nicely done, you can go ahead and make your tapioca pearls. Just take one and then roll it into a ball or a very small round shape. Okay, just like this. Continue this process for all the others, and you have your tapioca pearls ready, and all you have to do is cook it. When you're done making your pearls, you're just going to sprinkle more of the tapioca starch or flour onto that, and then coat it with it. Okay, this way when you cook it, it will become very gluey, and you just love the results. Okay, do not miss this step because it's so important to coat your tapioca pearls with your tapioca starch or flour. All we have to do now is cook our tapioca pearls, and it's ready. We're just going to cook this for 20 minutes, and make sure you put this in boiling water. Do not put it in cold water. The water must be boiling before you put the tapioca pearls into it. Stir it so that it doesn't stick on the pan, because it can stick on the pan if you don't stir. It will start coming out like this, but then make sure you stir it, and then you can cover this and let it boil for 20 good minutes. After 20 minutes, this is how the tapioca pearls is looking like. It looks so perfect. I was like, wow, this is so gorgeous. Like, wow. So this is how it's going to look like. Very glowy, very beautiful, very glossy. And all you have to do now is make your brown sugar boba. Can you see that? To prevent the pearls from sticking together, just drop this in very cold water so that it just stops the steam and prevents it from sticking together like this. And this should take like 2 minutes and then it's ready, okay? Now just take it out after just mixing it with the cold water like this and then set it aside. Now let's make our brown sugar boba. In your saucepan, you're going to add your brown sugar and then add some water. You're just going to cook this on low heat so that it doesn't burn, because you do not want to burn this. You just want to give it a very, very thick consistency for your boba pearls. Okay, now just mix everything together and this is how it should look like. Now you're just going to add your boba pearls to this and then mix everything together and your brown sugar boba is ready. Can you see how simple this recipe is? It was so good, so tasty. Just that if you are someone that is on a diet, then do not make this recipe, because this is not a calorie burner recipe. You are going to get all the calories back in your system. But if you just want to try this for the first time or just try it once, you can just go ahead and do it. Okay, now my tapioca pearls is ready, and can you see how glossy and beautiful this is looking? It's so simple to make too if you just go through the process step by step like I did. Okay, now all you have to do now is make your milkshake or your boba tea or whatever it is you're going to make. Okay. So if you like any kind of tea at all, Lipton, whatever it is, just cook that and then add your milk, add your boba pearls, and you're good to go. Or you can make a milkshake, add your boba pearls, or you can make anything at all that you like. Okay, whatever it is, that's it. I'm just making some brown gold tea and I'm going to add my milk to this and my boba is ready. Wow, can you see how this is looking? It was so tasty. I really loved it. Now if you want to try this recipe, go ahead and try it, but do not forget to send me your review when you try it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye.